Browns legend backs Shedeur Sanders amid NFL veterans' brutal snub. A 2025 QB war brewing in Cleveland. By ABF Spots. Cleveland. When you're the son of Deion Sanders, scrutiny is a given. But for Shedeur Sanders, Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback, the microscope isn't just zoomed in, it's burning hot. Between standout minicamp numbers, off-field speed citations, and NFL legends weighing in from all sides, Shedeur has become the story in Cleveland before ever taking a single regular season snap. Yet amid the noise, one voice, a powerful one, is ringing louder than the rest: Hanford Dixon. Shedeur's situation is a masterclass in the contradiction of promise versus politics, potential versus perception. With 77.4% completion at OTAs and 9 touchdowns, Shedeur didn't just show up, he showed out. Head coach Kevin Stefanski acknowledged his aggression in tight windows, a mark of maturity for a 23-year-old fifth-round pick. But this isn't just about numbers. This is about momentum, and possibly the beginning of a narrative shift that's putting Cleveland's quarterback competition under a spotlight unlike anything the Browns have seen in years. Rookie Rocket, the numbers don't lie. Let's start with the raw data. In organized team activities, OTAs, and the Browns' mandatory minicamp, Shedeur Sanders led all quarterbacks with a 77.4% completion rate and racked up 9 touchdowns in passing drills. Not only did he demonstrate crisp mechanics and vision, but he also stayed after practice to build chemistry with his receiving core. Those extra reps? They didn't go unnoticed. Coach Stefanski remarked, "The way Shedeur's delivering the ball, his timing, aggressiveness in the seams, and willingness to make mistakes and adjust, that's what we want in a young quarterback." Still, that praise was quickly overshadowed by off-field headlines. Early in the week, Shedeur was cited for driving 101 miles per hour, more than 40 miles per hour over the limit. Former Browns head coach Eric Mangini quickly stepped in to defend him, labeling it a rookie error, a mistake of youth, not character. And just like that, the public conversation around Shedeur expanded, from a football phenom to a figure of controversy. Hanford Dixon, I think he's showtime. In Cleveland, when Hanford Dixon speaks, it's not just talk, it's gospel. The former Browns Pro Bowl cornerback and team analyst didn't hold back during his June 25th episode of The Hanford Dixon Show. "I think he's showtime," Dixon said. "I like the kid. I think he's going to be just fine here in Cleveland." He didn't stop there. "Somewhere between the middle of the season, this kid is going to be our starting quarterback," he predicted. To some, that sounds like wishful thinking. But Dixon made it clear he's not caught in the buzz. He's seen the development with his own eyes. "People can say what they want to say about this kid," Dixon added. "I just love him." What's driving Dixon's confidence? Not just stats. It's presence, leadership, the intangible attributes that make a quarterback more than just an arm. Locker room respect, earning it early. Dixon's insights don't come from sideline guesswork. He's watching the locker room closely, and the feedback from the veterans is clear. "It seems to me already that he's pretty well received by the guys," Dixon said. "He's got the personality, he's built for the camera, and he's just like, good vibes." He recalled a moment during informal locker room interviews. "When I asked, 'Who picks you up? Who's that guy with the vibe?' Grant Delpit said, 'Shedeur.' That kind of peer validation is gold in a rookie's first year, especially in a locker room filled with seasoned players and fierce competitors." And then there was Shedeur's move after minicamp ended. Rather than bolt for vacation or downtime, the usual rookie protocol, Shedeur stayed behind for David Njoku's charity event. There were no cameras, no press, just a presence. "He stayed for Njoku's event, and I think that was pretty good," Dixon shared. "It was a small gesture, but one that said everything. Leadership isn't just seen, it's felt." But there's a catch. The NFL doesn't run on hope. Despite all this, not everyone is sold. Former NFL wide receiver and analyst TJ Houshmandzadeh laid down the harsh reality on the Nightcap podcast. It's really coming down to Kenny Pickett or Dylan Gabriel. He didn't sugarcoat anything. When you get the reports that Shedeur's completed 7 of 9 passes, is it against starters or is it 3s and 4s? Houshmandzadeh asked. If coaches aren't giving him top-tier reps, then no matter how clean his stat line looks, it's not truly a competition. And he has a point. The NFL isn't a meritocracy. It's a trustocracy. It's not just about numbers. It's about who the coaching staff believes can execute under pressure when it matters most. Right now, the reps that matter are going to veterans. QB politics. Behind the numbers lies the battle. It's an age-old tale in the NFL, performance versus pedigree. On paper, Shedeur is checking boxes. In the locker room, he's earning stripes. But on the depth chart, he's still buried. Kenny Pickett, acquired from Pittsburgh, comes in with experience and a first-round label. Dillon Gabriel, a fellow rookie but more under the radar, is quietly impressing coaches. And while Shedeur's viral clips make for fun social media fodder, they aren't necessarily moving the needle in Berea's boardroom. The Browns, after all, are coming off years of quarterback instability. Their front office is wary of gambling with momentum. And in that climate, the safer bet often beats the exciting one. But Hanford Dixon isn't convinced that strategy is long-term sustainable. The clock is ticking. Can Shedeur force the issue? For all his polish and pedigree, Shedeur Sanders isn't being handed anything. If anything, he's facing more resistance than most rookies. His name draws attention. That's a blessing and a curse. But Dixon's timeline is aggressive, middle of the season. For that to happen, Shedeur will need to prove it beyond OTAs. He'll have to dominate in preseason. He'll need to do it against second stringers, then starters. Then, he'll need to force the Browns' hand. It's a mountain to climb. Yet Dixon believes he can do it, not just because he's talented, but because he's tough. This kid has that it factor. You see it in the way the guys rally around him. You hear it in his answers to tough questions. He's already speaking like a leader, Dixon added. Deion's shadow and the prime pressure. Let's not ignore the Sanders name. Being Deion's son carries expectations unlike any other rookie in the NFL. The flashy confidence, the aura, the millions of followers. It all puts Shedeur in a spotlight that few other rookies can relate to. But he hasn't leaned into it as a crutch. When asked about starting, Shedeur's reply was sharp and businesslike. We got preseason first. No hype, no headlines, just football. That maturity, combined with his production and growing locker room support, might just give him a shot. But only if the Browns are bold enough to look past the politics and into the future. Final drive, a franchise on the brink of a decision. The Shedeur Sanders saga in Cleveland is just beginning, but the pieces are falling into place. If preseason validates his camp dominance, and if veterans like Dixon continue their vocal support, the Browns could face a defining decision sooner than expected. Start the flashy rookie and embrace a possible new era? Or stick with the safer, more traditional choices, Pickett or Gabriel, and wait? Dixon's vision is clear. This isn't a 2-year plan. This kid can win now. For Shedeur, the path is narrow but not impossible. He'll need to block out the noise, rise above the headlines, and continue doing what he's already shown he can do: lead, connect, and deliver. And if the rest of the team follows Hanford Dixon's lead, Cleveland might just find its quarterback of the future, not in 2026, but in the heart of 2025.